to back, and spinning on it back to back, on the turntables back to back, and spinning on it back to back, on it back to back, and spinning on it back to back, on the turntables back to back, and spinning on it back, on the turntables back, on it spinning on it back to back, and spinning on it back to back, on the turntables back, spinning on the turn, and spinning on the turntables back.
Welcome YouTube to my 69th video special. Yeah, I know 69 videos isn't really too much to celebrate about, but hey, I'm an idiot, so I celebrate everything. Anyway, we've got a match here against Paiopa, and it's a UU, almost. And yeah, we are allowed to use one OU, and I'm thinking my aggron is screwed because I know I don't have Earthquake on this thing. And I keep putting off replacing Rock Slide with the Stealth Rock that it's supposed to have, and it actually helped me as it allows me to one-shot that freaking Scyther that switched in, expecting the Earthquake, but man, I kinda didn't have it, so he sends out his Squidward, and I'm thinking, oh god, I know what that thing is, So I obviously can't stay in, so I got my Earth Power because it's like my wall, and he decides to use Barrier, and I'm thinking, wow, I didn't expect that. And my first Will-O-Wisp miss, that's fine, I can tolerate that. So I decide to go with a Psychic here, predicting a switch to a Fire type or so, and yeah. Out as well, and I was hoping Earth Power would KO, but no, that freaking Metagross has to survive. Jeez, that thing is bulky. Just kidding, I wasn't expecting Earth Power to KO, but I just did that because I really like that line that Paiopa made, because it's like so exaggerated, and he like put so much effort into that thing, so much oomph, shall we say, and it's like someone just punched him in the stomach when he said that, and I really found it really funny. No offense, Paiopa, but oh Jesus. And that's the whole reason why I bought my Earth Power Gardevoir to this match, but I kinda stopped making fun of him when he set up his toxic spikes, and I realized that I didn't bring a spinner. Anywho, Banana HP as he Stealth Rocks me, so now I'm royally screwed, and I'm thinking that I'm gonna lose because majority of my team is weak to Stealth Rocks, and I didn't pack a spinner because I'm stupid like that. And he decides to be a pervert and block me, quite literally a pervert. Like what the hell, he like exposed my weakness with the Flash Cannon special defense drop, and then he like blocks me, like what the heck. So after 2 Will-O-Wisp misses, I finally hit that Will-O-Wisp which happened ages ago, and he decides to switch out to that thing, and yeah, I obviously can't touch it, and I don't want to chance it with a Will-O-Wisp because I keep thinking that he would predict that Will-O-Wisp and switch to something that could take it, as example a Heatran. Just kidding. So to switch, I really need to Wish Pass, which is exactly what I do. So I send out my I want my mommy, which is quite a sad name or quite a sissy name depending on how you look at it. And he decides to read my mind and find out who's my mother. Like, okay. And I take the Future Sight attack. Like, what? You're not Silver the Hedgehog, you... His voice actor sucks anyway. So I Earthquake it, and that crossbreed between the Silver and the person dies. And he has this Caspian thing, and I'm thinking it's a stun and swarm thing that's on Smogon, but he decides to Energy Ball me, and I'm thinking that, you know, maybe Magmortar can take one of its hits and then Thunderbolt it, because I was actually predicting a switch to Tentacruel since it is a special wall and whatnot, but he makes a really nice prediction and goes up to that Jimbawu, which nullifies my Thunderbolt like it's nothing, because it is nothing. So I switch out to my Earth Power, hoping to trace the freaking Levitate before I get poisoned, but no! And he decides to Cosmic Power because I'm levitating and he has so many eyes, which is so disturbing. So yeah, my Will-O-Wisp hits for the second time, which is like, okay, that's supposed to happen since I missed like twice, and he ice beams, and of course because I'm Gardevoir that doesn't really do anything, and I figure his secondary attack is Earth Power and there's no reason in hell he's gonna use it, so I figure I can send out my QT on to resist it and get poisoned and take a quarter HP from Stealth Rock, which is not fun. And he decides to switch out to that Caspian because it's a bug type and he can hurt Gardevoir, and he decides to switch out to that special wall now as I Ice Beam, but I really should have predicted that switch, but I'm stupid like that, so yeah. Here he thought that I Hidden Power Grass, so he arrogantly set up his second layer of Toxic Spice, but I have Hidden Power Electric or Grass. I'm not telling you. Yeah, Paiopa's not the only retarded narrator there is, so I predict a switch here because, well, I can. And at first I thought my prediction was really stupid since he could have left that Tentacruel in since it's like useless, but he decides to save it for later, which allows me to absolutely destroy that thing with an Ice Beam, which is like, yay, epic predictions, yes! Especially with Glaceon, like, wow, that's like, wow, it's like, wow, it's really wow because it's my 69 video, like, wow, and I epic predictions, like, wow, and I kinda die, which is not wow. So I sent out my I'ma toast you, which he cannot pronounce for some odd reason. Maybe he's not into slang, but meh, whatever. So because I'm like modest specs, I kinda can't outrun a Scarf Mothim, and I take a Bug Buzz, which does quite a lot to be honest, but I survived the poison, and he sends out a Squidward. And because Tentacruels have like monster special defense, I don't really think my Flamethrower will KO, but it does, so it's all good. So now all he has left is that thing on fire, and this is my OU poke, it's my Unbreakable Umbreon. And I can't believe Smogon put him to OU, I was like so heartbroken. I really liked Umbreon now, for some reason. But don't get me wrong, Glaceon is still my bestest poke, and he decides to flash me as I tickle him. And I pursued him because he's like running away from me, and I'm like, no, Paiopa, you can't run away, I'm gonna tickle you, don't run away. But as you'll see in a moment, he kinda does because he thinks that he lost. So yeah, good game Paiopa, and it was a fun match, and yeah, we should rematch again and again. So yeah, goodbye people.